You know, there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Mike Taylor from the Rabid Flesh Eaters. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
This is John Hill, bass player for the Rabid Flesh Eaters.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to have Mike Taylor of Rabid Flesh Eaters, plus the rest of the band is also here with us. Rabid Flesh Eaters have been paving their way into North Texas since 1986, and they will release their self-titled album featuring the final performance by the late Rigor Mortis and Warbeast vocalist Bruce Corbittt, who we lost in 2019. I did a great interview with Bruce, thought the world of Bruce, thought he was a great human being, and it sucks that we lost him. But Rabid Flesh Eaters will release their self-titled album April the 11th. Also, Rabid Flesh Eaters revisited the song Lycanthrope, and I hope I pronounced that right, from their Reign of Terror album, revealing a brand new campy video for the classic track. And you guys want to check all this out. So, Mike and the rest of you guys, would you care to introduce yourself and welcome to the show?
Hey, it's Mike Taylor, guitarist. Great to be here, man.
John Hill, bass player for R&B. Rick Wilson, John Hill, and Mike Taylor.
How's it been working with Adrenaline PR guys so far for you all?
Unbelievable. They've far exceeded our expectations, and I would strongly recommend them for everybody else.
Right.
Maria and the winning team at Adrenaline.
The title track features vocalist Ricky Wilson trading lines with Bruce Corbittt himself, and this is Bruce's last recorded studio performance. How special is this for you guys to have him on your guys' featured track on this self-titled album?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Bruce did a great job.
I'm surprised he was well enough to do it, but he must have really wanted to get it done because he took the bull by the horns.
Yeah, Bruce was real sick there, and I honestly thought that he got around the curve, as they say, but I don't know, man. It just took him out, and it sucks because Bruce was a phenomenal guy, and he's definitely going to be missed, and that's for sure. He still is missed today.
Yeah, we were definitely brothers.
Yeah, we missed him big time, and feel that we needed to get this out as a labor of love, and tribute and remembrance of him.
We're drinking a toast to him right now. Raise your glasses, boys. Yes. We love you, Bruce. Batman.
What's impressed or excited you the most about making the new self-titled album, guys, if anything? What sticks out the most about it for you all?
We worked our asses off on this album, and we were working with, some incredible people to make it happen, and we're definitely proud of it.
Kerry.
Yeah, Kerry worked his ass off on this, too.
Time to go. Yeah.
How long did it take to write and complete the self-titled album?
We started working on writing songs in 2016 when we got a new drummer. His name was AJ Tate, the New York Crusher. And we went in the studio to record the first few songs in 2017 and, just went through, a few different studios and, started building everything up and finally, had a whole album in the can and felt like, especially after Bruce passed, that it was time to get it out.
What's AJ brought to the band that may have been missing, possibly, if anything, guys?
Well, I call it the New York groove. That New York death metal style worked well with our Texas speed metal, and it formed something, unique, I think.
Just nonstop machine gun, double bass, and blast beats. AJ was a beast. He is a beast.
any tracks standing out more to you than any right now on this album? I know it must change every time you listen to it, and I know these are your babies, but are there any that stand out for each of you guys?
I think Hallucinations was pretty intense, and you really have to listen to it with headphones on because you'll hear a lot of things that you wouldn't normally hear.
Like subliminal messages. Well, I didn't know. No wonder I've been wanting to kill the neighbor. Yeah, because little whispers that say to do weird things. Oh, so that was you? Yeah. Oh, okay. You find yourself doing weird shit while you're listening. That's crazy. After you listen to it, you wind up doing weird things. I thought that voice was Satan. Could have been Slim Whitman. I don't know. It was the same voice.
Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs? Which one would be the first single you wanted to release for the album?
Yes, definitely. Well, the first single was Demons Within, and we were kind of, there were some other people telling us that that's the song we should release. And, since it's a lot slower, I don't think, I don't know. To me, it wasn't the right one to release first, but.
Sure it was. I think it was a good one. Could have been R&B. But we made no regrets. Right? No. Well, Demons Within is a tempo shift because, we dropped down below 200 beats, so it's not really thrashy, but ominous. It's, our
drummer was saying that was his fastest double kick ever.
Well, we gave him room to do it. Yeah. But, it's something that we're looking forward to expanding upon with different time signatures, different tunings in the future, on future recordings. Evolving. We don't want to be stuck in one groove, typecasted. So we want to be more eclectic. Not forsaking our thrash metal, Texas thrash metal roots, but Rigor Mortis was pretty, on their last album, The Slave to the Grave, man, that was really an opus as to how many different things you could do with speed, It's one of the best albums I've ever listened to. Of course, those guys can't write a bad song. As far as I'm concerned, they're like Motorhead to Slayer. Every song is just amazing.
Writing the new songs, does it challenge or push you guys to come up with something new and stay fresh with your music? Does it push you out of your box any?
We're doing that right now. That's what's happening right now. We're doing that now. And it kind of is pushing us out of the box a little bit, but we're staying in it, but kind of a little bit out of it.
I don't know. Every time we get together to write, we write so many different things and so many different styles that you could collect different, genres of music out of every session. And
but at the same time, it has to be an R&B song to make it on an R&B record. That being said, we've played Lycanthrope. We've been playing that song for 30 years, and we still play it every time, just as enthusiastic as we did first time. Because sometimes someone may be a first-time listener, and you don't want to shortchange the fan or the audience by giving a lackluster or unfeeling performance. So I think that's a challenge that a lot of musicians have to face. You don't want to get jaded with your own music. You want to present it in its best form every time. I just like it onto the feeling of the song and try to do my part to just hold the rhythm down while it does what it does.
Is there a song that you guys have not put into your set list that eventually you like to get into the set list, possibly?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. We literally have a bunch of songs that we didn't deem worthy for recording, or at one time we didn't, have the opportunity to record them. I think Mike has another album.
We have several albums in the can that we just never released.
From the 90s. It's because we were not into the corporate machine back then, but for various reasons. There's a timing lag. We recognize that it's an opportunity for us to get the music out there that should have seen the light of day a long time ago, but things just weren't in the right place. The planets weren't aligned or whatever. We just want to entertain the masses, entertain our fans, and hope everyone has a good experience by listening to us.
Are there any songs that didn't make this album that we could see possibly on another EP or album down the road? I mean, I know you said you had some songs written previously, but are there any that may?
We've got all kinds of, alternate versions of things and, other pieces that, who knows, maybe one day we'll, put everything out there, we'll see.
Who produced this album, guys, for you all?
This was produced by Kerry Crafton and myself, you know.
With the help of Ricky Wilson and Bruce Corbittt and myself, at least on R&B. You know, Bruce's input was vital to making that song come to fruition. But mainly it was Mike and Kerry just every day trudging after it, you know. Because I'm a bass player, of course, I'm the slacker. I just play bass. But I give them the tracks they want, and they can do what they want with them. But man, Mike is just insane when he gets in the studio because he's just over and over wanting to get. He's seeking to find the right. You know, he's seeking perfection, and he's just trying to. Definitely, when you listen to a song that Mike's involved in, you're not getting shortchanged. He's laying it out there for you, putting it on the line, so to speak. But
working with him, did he get something out of you guys that maybe no one else possibly could have got? Maybe.
Oh my God, he's brutal. He's a taskmaster. I leave the studio and I'm just like cussing him the whole way home, and then I get home and realize how amazing he is. And luckily, I don't say it to his face, right? I have to just immediately apologize. But yeah, his work ethic is he's driven.
You guys revisited the song Lycanthrope, and I swear I hope I pronounced that right, from your Reign of Terror album. Go ahead.
No, don't feel bad. When we first started out, people used to call us Rabid Flesh Eaters.
Oh, wow.
We thought that was yeah.
So you guys revisited that song from your Reign of Terror album. The song was produced by the late Mike Scassia from Rigor Mortis and Ministry, who can also be heard performing the main solo on the track. What made you guys want to go back and do something with this track? Was it a tribute to Mike?
Yes. Basically, when the guys at Cyclonus Video approached us about doing a song with them. It was right around Mike Scott's birthday, and we were missing him. And to me, the first song that came to mind was Lycanthrope, because he played the main guitar solo on that and produced it. So that's the song that they built that whole little, werewolf skit out of. And, we made that a tribute to Mike Scott.
It's not a skit. It's an epic movie short.
Well, I know it was, confusing everybody, because we announced a new album while we played a new video with an old song. And it really was confusing at first. But basically, it took so long to get that out there because I had to pay for it.
And honestly, it kind of, the whole thing evolved organically with we were already involved with Ty was shooting the Ball video, and he was wanting to do another project, and Lycanthrope just seemed the amazing thing to do.
Who did the artwork for this amazing self-titled album? Because I love the artwork on this.
Okay, so the artwork was an evolution of a lichen creature, a werewolf that was done by Carcass John Fossum, and Troy Harrison modified it and changed it into this new lichen demon creature. And
which Troy Harrison is Arden Harrison's brother, a drummer of Rigor Mortis.
Do you guys like the growth of this band musically from album to album that you're seeing from over the years now?
Hell yeah, it's always, a good feeling to, it's like you're giving birth to new monster creations every time you write a song and get it together and record it and are able to perform it. We like to let songs evolve in front of, audiences before we record them.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bands out there, I think, that just don't take that chance, and they're like, I don't know what it is, they just don't want to go outside that box. I guess they're afraid of selling out, but I mean, I don't think anybody's selling out if you want to take a chance to see what else you can, do great for your band. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we just try to improve as musicians and, songwriting.
Speak for yourself. I try to evolve and make it easier and easier.
Okay.
But then again, I'm not Geddy Lee, but I'll hold down the bottom end.
John Hill.
I'll stay in the groove. Keep the train on track.
What do you guys hope everyone takes away, or message you hope to hear while listening to any of Rabid Flesh Eaters' music in general? What do you hope they get from it, guys, when they start to listen to it?
A nice dose of Texas speed metal.
Oh, yeah. We definitely want to get it in that ear pussy.
What can fans expect at a show from Rabid Flesh Eaters who have not got to see you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come to see you all?
Great show where we're giving it 100% and then some,
We seem to get a lot of positive response from the shows. Oh yeah, when we were allowed to play them. But and that's we beat off them, they beat off us, man. We just want to entertain folks, and hopefully they have a good time coming to see us.
But you never know what's going to happen.
Well, when you're flying along at 200 plus beats a minute, you could hit a carpet on the ice and go flying face first into a wall.
Well, it's kind of, I've heard when Casey used to say, it's like running downstairs while you're spinning plates on sticks in both hands, and something's going to happen.
We're pretty good at recovery, in real time. So.
Since almost everyone is in quarantine from the coronavirus, do you think concerts and festivals will have the same impact as far as sales when this all goes back to normal? Or do you think this may hurt it in the long run after all this?
I think it's going to come back stronger and harder than ever, and everybody's dying to get out there. And
that's amazing. That's an amazing question. But if you notice, like Harvey Flanagan from Cro-Mags hooks up with Body Count, and they do a live show on the internet, And I think that if you want to put like priority, of course, everyone's health is the priority, and people dying of a virus makes it seem like music and entertainment isn't really like on the forefront of everyone's mind, which it should be. But at the same time, you want to keep people, I don't want to say distracted, but sometimes it's distracting someone from pain and misery is a good thing, And I look forward to the time when all the bands can get back on stage doing what they do, because it's an amazing industry. It's an amazing philosophy to have the freedom to pick up an instrument, go on stage, entertain people, make a buck, keep your shit going, and just there's people in other countries that don't even get to experience that. So sometimes I think we take it for granted.
Here's a crazy question. I know you guys are a thrash metal band, and there's a lot of great thrash metal bands that came out of Texas and a lot of heavy stuff out of Texas. What makes Texas stick out more as far as thrash metal than versus the Godfathers of the West Coast thrash metal?
Maybe because, as the third coast out here, sometimes we don't have, the big centers of,
we're still the Wild West,
the entertainment industry, but we still, have our own.
Everybody knows folks from Texas are wild, crazy.
Something in the water.
And everything's a little bit more amped up. But at the same time, it's also more hospitable. I take a lot of pride in being a Texan. I take a lot of pride in being an American. I take a lot of pride in being a flesh eater. But at the same time, you want to, as long as it's a positive thing, you don't want to be involved in anything detrimental to one's health. There's a lot of people in a mosh pit. I don't know what the kids are doing nowadays, because of course I'm a little older. But back when I remember every mosh pit I was able to participate in, there's a certain element of people that just want to keep the mosh going. It's the one to take people out and take out your aggression on someone personally. Metalheads are an amazing group of people, and metalheads get the brunt of every Hollywood joke on what a metalhead is, But in reality, almost everybody I've ever met, being a metal musician, has been an amazing person and really the kind of people you want on your team when shit starts to go south,
For each of you, do you have a go-to album or song when you were younger that just let you escape or let you just, make things better for you all?
You mean beside Rigor Mortis' first album?
Sure.
Master of Reality.
For me, it would be Motorhead, Slayer, Hell Awaits, and Venom, Black Metal. Any Motorhead album, though.
Yeah, Motorhead's awesome. I wish Lemmy was still here. There's so many that's gone, man. It just blows my mind that.
It's hard to realize.
It's like I tell folks, if you have that opportunity to go see somebody, then fucking go see them.
Right.
You just never know what tomorrow holds for any of us, for sure.
I hear you.
Oh, yeah, that's me though. I mean, I've been to at least a dozen Motorhead and Slayer shows, but my old lady tries to drag me out, and my friends, Ricky and Mike, try to drag me out to shows of bands I've never seen, and they're like, come on, man, it's good.
My one big regret for the show that I didn't go see was that last time Black Sabbath came through, I think it's Heaven and Hell with Dio. And then he passed away. I was like, man, I couldn't believe I missed that one.
That would have been awesome to see. I hate when they say, do you like the Dio era or do you like the Ozzy era? I don't care, I like it all. It's all the same. So
sometimes fortune favors the brave, or else I wouldn't have been able to see Duran Duran.
Nothing wrong with Duran. Folks, you want to get out and pick up Rabid Flesh Eaters' self-titled album on April the 11th. Get out and pick it up. Support these guys. Mike, everybody, how can folks stay in touch with you all? Buy some merchandise, tour dates, all this stuff when this happens. How can they do that?
Basically, we're selling our stuff through Bandcamp. So Rabid Flesh Eaters on Bandcamp's the way to go. And, we'll have, show announcements and stuff like that on.
They can hit me up at Rabid Flesh Eater, John Hill Rabid Flesh Eater on Instagram, DM, whatever, however you want to do it. It'd be nice to get us a website going.
And before I let you go, would one of you care to do a promo for the show?
Sure.
This is Mike Taylor from the Rabid Flesh Eaters. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
John Hill, bass player for Rabid Flesh Eaters. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Hour podcast. Get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our new podcast link, plus our YouTube link. Anything and everything that we do will go up on these sites. Plus, check us out on iHeart Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We're all over the place, so don't hesitate to check us out. We will really appreciate it. Also, please get out and support Rabid Flesh Eaters. You will not be disappointed, guys. I wish you nothing but the best of luck from here on out.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, brother.
It's an honor.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.